Let's get into it. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome back to the Rell JGOOD show. And I'm your host, yours truly, Jarrell Gooden. And I hope y'all enjoyed this two-parter of episode 1. Is entitled Relationships Part 2. One of the main things I'm gonna be talking about is breakups and what to do and what not to do during a breakup. And another thing I'm gonna be talking about is taking pressure off each other, like during a relationship, and it ain't all about sex. I'm gonna be talking about that too. But anyway, first and foremost, I'm glad I'm able to do this video and all that. I mean, I don't, like I say, a little bit of disclaimer. I don't know everything, but anyway, when it comes down to a relationship, you got, like I say, you got to take some pressure off each other. What the world has to offer. It's like you and your partner against the world, so to speak. And yeah, you gotta take some pressure off each other. Relationships ain't all about sex. All about sex and going on trips or anything like that. I mean, it's good to do all that stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against it or anything by any means. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's just y'all two. If your relationship just based on sex and going on trips, it ain't gonna, like I said, it ain't gonna last very long. Because eventually the money gonna run out and y'all gonna get bored of each other and all that. I mean, it ain't gonna last very long. That's just the bottom line. I mean, like I said, you gotta take some pressure off that person. You got, like I said, you gotta be there for that person. You gotta first and foremost, when it comes to a relationship, you gotta stand on business. That's just the bottom line. When you say you're gonna do something for your partner and all that stuff, don't beat around. Don't give them the run around saying that you're gonna do it, and at the end of the day, you don't do it. I mean, it's not that you can't do it; it's just that you don't want to. Like, it's like I always say, my mom always told me, always be a man of your word. A man or a woman ain't nothing with if they ain't of their word. If they ain't gonna do what they say they're gonna do. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And another thing I want to talk about when it comes to relationships and all that stuff, I don't believe in having somebody's passwords to their phone and all that stuff, or either checking somebody's phone. Because first of all, I never a snooper. I'm not gonna do all that and everything. Because like I say, I'm not holding anybody hostage. They can come and go as they please. Don't get me wrong. They can come and go as they please. I'm not holding anybody hostage or anything. Because at the end of the day, whether I have your password or whether she has mine or whatever, we're going to do what we want to do. It's up to us to keep the relationship going. It's up to us if we still want the relationship. I mean, that's just the bottom line. We got, like I say, as adults, we got to have a clear understanding of what's going on when it comes to like relationships and all that stuff. I mean, one party cannot sit there and do all the communicating, while the other party is like holding in and shutting down and all that either. I mean, like I said, we gotta have better communication skills for real. I mean, I've seen some relationships end just because of bad communication, because they're vague about everything and all that, and that's not a good thing. It's unhealthy. It's kind of a red flag when the person that you with, or either the person that you're talking to, is being vague about everything. But a quick recap from the last video that I posted, when it comes to relationships and all that, I mean, like I said in the last video, you got to establish that friendship first. You got to establish that foundation. Then you'll be able to build the walls. Then you'll be able to build the house. Because without that foundation, that friendship foundation, if y'all just having sex before the relationship even persists or proceed, it's not going to work. I mean, like I said, it's just the bottom line. It's just not going to work. It's just point blank. I mean, if you're, like, in other words, what I'm saying is, if your relationship is just based off sex, then it's just not going to work because eventually y'all going to get bored of each other. But anyway, but like I said, relationships can be a wonderful thing. They can go real far. They can lead to marriage, which marriage can be a wonderful thing. It's like people downplay marriage these days because they say it don't really benefit the man. It don't really benefit the man and all that. But like it's like I always say, you got to be careful who you get with, and you got to be careful who you marry, because some people ain't got your best interest at heart. I mean, some people marry for the money. Some people marry just to not to be lonely, or even people be in relationships just not to be lonely, and that's not the right way to go. I mean, it's just point blank. It's just not the right way to go. Because you're in a relationship just because you're lonely, or you just don't, or you're just trying to fill a void. It's just not going to work. It's point blank. It's just not going to work. Don't be in a relationship because you're desperate. Don't be in a relationship because you're lonely either. Always set your standards high, for real. I mean, because everybody deserves somebody. Everybody deserves to be loved, for real. And as for me, I love for real. It ain't no half stepping. Love should not be no half stepping or anything. When you really love somebody, if you really love this woman or love this man, for real, you're not only saying it, you really showing it. I mean, of course, you appreciate the gestures and all that stuff, but when a person actually showing that they love you and all that, man, all I can say is you better hold on to them, for real, because you might not never find nobody like that again. I mean, for real, it's just point blank. You ain't gonna find anybody like that again. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I mean, if you got somebody that's real with you, and that's gonna stand on business about you and got your back from thick and thin, even if they just a friend. I mean, like I say, you better hold on to them, for real, because this is a cruel world out here, and it's not nice, for real. Because real love and companionship, especially in these days and times, especially 2024, and we're about a month and a half away from being in 2025. This world is not going to get any better, especially with this generation when it comes to relationships. For real, some people just want to jump in bed first. Some people, man, for real, some people want to ask for things first and all that stuff. Like, can I get this? Can I get that? No, I mean that's kind of a red flag, for real. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind helping anybody, but when a person is giving you the runaround, like they want to be with you in a relationship, all the while they just trying to use you. Yeah, you're gonna be pissed off. You're gonna be angry, especially when you see that person with someone else. For real, it's just like I always say. If a person don't want you, let them go. You can't, like I say, you can't force anybody to be with you. I mean, for real, that's just about. I mean, like I said, it's just a bottom line. You can't force anybody to be with you whatsoever. It's just like with a woman. You can be as good as you be a good man to a woman and all that stuff. But they gonna stay loyal to their feelings and their emotions. If they ain't feeling it, it just ain't gonna happen. It goes both ways, for real. If but another thing I'm gonna say is if your intentions are not good when you first meet a person, or you got an ulterior motive, like it could be like from like sex, like it could be like sex or money that you want, or you got another ulterior motive. It could be anything. If your intentions are not good, don't go around disturbing that person's peace when they could be with somebody else that's actually good. I mean, it's just advice. I mean, you don't want to disturb nobody else's peace, because it will come back on you, for real. Especially if that person is a child of God, it will come back on you, for real. I mean, don't disturb nobody's peace if your intentions are not good. If you ain't sure, or if you got your guard up, or got your guard up and all that. Don't sit. Don't. In other words, do not sit and disturb nobody's peace. That's not a fun feeling, For real. It's not a fun feeling or anything. Because for real, I mean, especially when they can do something, especially when they can be with somebody else that's actually want to be with them. And another thing I learned is don't ever want a person that don't want you back. Don't ever love a person that don't love you back. A person can like you all day long. I've seen relationships that a person that two people that liked each other, but they never loved each other. They just liked each other. They never told each other that they loved them. They just liked each other. And another thing I want to talk about when it comes to love is you can have love for a person, but the question is, are you in love with them? There's a huge difference between having love for a person and then being in love with them. Like you can have love for a person as a friend and all that. Even in a relationship, they might say that they love you, but are they truly in love with you? Or are they just telling you what you want to hear? I'm just saying, I mean, some people just tell you what they want to hear because they got an ulterior motive behind it. And that's kind of a red flag. So, we as people got to be careful, especially if your intentions are good. Uh, it's like I said, especially if you got good intentions and your feelings are genuine, and the other person that you might want to get with or talking to, their feelings are not so much. They're not like yours, for real. But like I say, in life, ain't nothing guaranteed, for real. Even with marriage, even with relationships, I mean, it you take chances, for real. Like I say, they can make you or break you. But like I say, don't stress over anybody that ain't stressing over you, for real. I mean, because like, but anyway, another thing I want to talk about is breakups. When it comes to a breakup and all that stuff, like I say, sometimes it can be hard to let go and all that, but eventually it's gonna have to happen. That I mean, that's just it. Eventually, it's gonna have to happen because sometimes it can harm your well being and it can make you sick on the inside, for real. I mean, but I think some of the worst breakups that can happen is when you don't see it coming. Sometimes you can see it coming, sometimes you can't. It can come out of nowhere and it can come for any reason. Some people break up. Some people might say that, well, we broke up for this reason. Well, they tell their partner, well, we broke up for this reason. All the while, is a totally different reason. It could be a totally different reason that doesn't have anything to do with you, and they ain't saying anything because they don't want to communicate. They don't want to tell the truth, and that's the thing that would get to me because you ain't getting any closure, for real. I mean, that's one of the things that would really hurt if you're not getting any closure on the breakup. Nobody ain't telling you why. Nobody ain't telling you anything. But after a breakup, I mean, of course, I mean, you cry it out. I mean, for real, cry it out. I mean, no matter what you have to do, sometimes you gotta get it out of your system. Don't talk bad about that person. Like I said, get it out your system. For real. Sometimes, even if it means crying, just get it out your system. There ain't nothing wrong with a man or a woman crying. For real, get it out your system. I mean, for real. I mean, and then the healing process. I don't know when it's supposed to start, but you heal at your own pace. Develop yourself again. Find you again. Find yourself again. Get hobbies. Work out and all that. Find yourself again. Don't, like I said, don't contact them, for real. Because at the end of the day, they missing out on somebody that was actually good, that actually was genuine with you. I mean, but breakups can come from any kind of reason. I mean, that's all I'm saying. I mean, if something just ain't working out, I mean, like I said, it's different and all that. But like when you been in like a long term relationship and then all of a sudden it just happened out of nowhere, an abrupt breakup out of nowhere, Yeah, I mean, you're gonna feel sad, you're gonna feel angry, you're gonna feel upset, you're gonna have all these emotions run through your head and all this stuff. I mean, for real, and it's not a fun feeling. I mean, you feel hurt and all that, feel kind of betrayed a little bit too. I mean, but it's like I say, you gotta like say when you work on yourself and everything, when you get back to being you, work on yourself and develop yourself again, things will get a little bit better. For real. Just stay consistent with it. And another thing is doing a breakup, give that person time, give that person space. For real. Like I say, if you're rejected, accept it. If you're in love, let go. For real. Life is too short to be stressing over somebody that's not stressing over you. Because some people can break up. Some people that break up with you, they can move on without their life, move on with their lives, and not even think about you no more. For real, they'll move on with their lives, and they'll act like you never even existed. That's how cruel a breakup can be. For real. But it's up to you to get out that slump. It's up to you. It's up to anybody. It's up to me. It's up to anybody to get out that slump. For real. And when you get out, you're gonna become a better person, a better, stronger person. Like I said, you're gonna be more prepared next time. But like I said before, when it comes to relationships or marriage or whatever, ain't nothing guaranteed. It's just like a day to day thing. In marriage and relationships, there are some there they are things that you work on each and every day. That's the way I see it. I'm just saying it's just something that you work on each and every day of your life. Both parties, both parties work on it. They both work on that each and every day. You can't have one person doing all the work, then making all the effort, planning all the stuff, and then the other party ain't just sitting back and not doing anything. It's just a waste of your time and all that. But like I say, if your intentions are not good, if you have an ulterior motive about when it comes to like relationships, you just want to be in a relationship for like this such and such reason. Don't sit there and disturb that person's peace. That's not right. That's not fair, and that's wrong because it could eventually it's going to come back on you. It may not be right then and there. It could be years from now, for real. Yeah. But anyway, I seen people fumble good people, whether it's a man or a woman, for real. I seen it happen. But like I said, at the end, when they realize that they made that mistake, sometimes the relationship can be rekindled. Sometimes it can't. Depends on the circumstances. For real. It depends on the circumstances and all that. Sometimes a relationship can be saved. Sometimes it can't. But like when it comes to a breakup, I mean, over something that both parties could have worked out. Um, it's not just one party that couldn't work it out. It's just the fact that they didn't want to. Who knows? Maybe they had a chance to. Maybe they just had a. Maybe they was just looking for a way out of the relationship. And another thing I don't like is like when you're dealing with somebody that's insecure, or either insecure from their past, or either from anything. Um, and then like let's just say that like you get a relationship with either a man or a woman, and then all of a sudden, I mean, they bring up like past relationships or something like that, and then like you do one thing wrong, and then all of a sudden they want to sit there and end the relationship just because they're insecure. And then they want to sit there and come up with lame excuses on why y'all can't be together and stuff like that. I mean, I think that's wrong. I mean, be honest, tell the truth. You like they'd be like, look, you could be like, look, I'm not ready for a relationship. I mean, we need to part ways and all that. I mean, be real about it. Be honest. I mean, for real. Don't let another thing. Do not let your insecurities from your past relationships or any kind of relationships that you've been in the past dictate your new relationship, affect your new relationship that you in. For real, I seen relationships end because of that. I mean, from people telling me, and from things that I seen online. Do not let your past dictate your future. For real. And like I say, anybody can change. But like I say, if y'all break up, sometimes it's meant for y'all to be together. Sometimes it's not. And if it ain't, keep it moving. Go on about your life. Develop yourself again. Work on yourself. Find you again. For real. Because like I say, life is too short to be stressing over somebody that's not stressing over you. They're not thinking about you. They're going on with their lives. And they treating you like you didn't exist. For real. Y'all become complete strangers again. I mean, and that's one of the worst feelings in the world. I mean, and like I say, that's not good. That's why some people are like a little hesitant to be in a relationship now, and which is understandable. I mean, especially if they got out of a long-term relationship. But for real though, but like I say, anyway, if you got that right person in your life and everything, stick with them. For real. I mean, true love and companionship and all that is hard to come by these days. And it seemed like now in this generation, it seems like it's so rare to be married just for 10 years. I'm just saying, life is too short to be stressing over someone. For real, if like I say, if you had to be alone to develop yourself again, so be it. I mean, lift weights, work out. I mean, do what you got to do to develop yourself and become a better person. Pray to God, get in that Bible, and ask Him. But in order for you to move on with your life, you gotta not only you gotta forgive that person that you were with, you gotta forgive yourself too. That's just the bottom line. You gotta forgive yourself too. Don't regret the past. Try not to regret the past. I mean, we're all human. We I mean, like I said, we all got emotions. But like I say, don't regret the past or anything. Don't be saying to yourself what could I have done different. Real talk. But like I say, if it's meant to be, then maybe one day y'all get back together. If it's not, it is what it is. I mean, move on, develop yourself, work on yourself again, find you again, and all that. I'm not saying that you were lost. I'm not saying that the people in relationships after they end, they lost and all that. They were lost while they were together. I'm not saying that, but you got to develop yourself again. I mean, like I say, even to prepare yourself for the next potential relationship one day. But again, do not let your past relationship or your past in general dictate your future relationships or your future in general. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Leave me a like and a comment. This is the end of episode 1, part 2. And it's going to be on YouTube. Like I said, leave me a like and a comment and all that. Please, and subscribe to my channel. And like I always say, hard times don't last forever. Keep your faith and maintain your peace at all times. See y'all in the next one.